Afternoon everyone. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon, as you can tell by the weather. We was up here yesterday and we got rained out. That's a story for you, because Kim actually fell over, got really muddy. I nearly wet myself laughing. But let's have a look, see what we've been doing. Right, let's have a quick recap of how you last see it to what it's looking like now. Wow. I don't know if it looks even worse. But we're slowly taking this fence out. Excuse the wind. But yeah, it's spin you around, let's have a look. So if you remember, we had the big metal toilet that was here, and the shed that I just pushed over and it just completely collapsed. And there it is now. I'll take you around just to show you. It's still got the plumbing in from when it was a portaloo. So these were at one stage building site portaloos. The weight of that, well, they must have used a crane to get them off. So yeah, that's the old plumbing for it. So as you can see, I don't really want to use that because it's been I don't know how many dirty, sweaty builders have been sat in that. So the thought of me still using it was, but here's the rubbish. Look at that now, unbelievable. I just cannot believe. And bear in mind, this is only so far from the greenhouse up that we've pulled out, all from this little bit. It's incredible, unbelievable. As you see, the old plum tree. This was actually sat under the where would it have been under obviously the portaloo, so it's completely rotten. So that just fell over on me. The glass, so I'm putting all the glass in here for the minute. Obviously all the broken glass we'll put down there and put in the buckets, so it makes it easy for me to transport. I've moved the good wood yet again. What's that, 3 times now? So it's over here and we're trying to take this fence out. Now it's slow going on this. I mean, we spent about 3 hours yesterday just trying to get that little bit out. And the problem being, as you can see, it's got all this little concrete reinforcing metalwork in it, and then obviously you've got the poles, and then it's all held together with wire. You know, you just come in. I mean, look at this. So you can see it all the way down, and that go right the way along. So here's the 2 pieces we've managed to get out. Of course, it's buried in the ground as well. And it is a real struggle to get out. But once it's out, I can then get me brush cutter in there, and it makes really easy work to get rid of the bush. So as I said, we're going to try and get this section out today, weather permitting, but I think we're going to have about an hour. But weather permitting, we're going to try and get this out. And then as far as this plum tree, so that's going to be all cleared. So we're exposed Alex. Little allotment thing. I may have to then put a little bit of a barrier up, because obviously there's a bit of a height between us and him next door, so we don't want the path coming in. And then we'll put the fence along, and then it's obviously going to be all next week. Is going to be many trips in the car, just taking this to the tip, which isn't too far away. And that's the annoying thing, is that the tip is not too far away from here. So you can imagine that the majority of the stuff that's been brought up here is waste, is rubbish. You know, we've got a lot of building site materials, you know, obviously plaster, great big buckets of, excuse the wind, great big buckets of everything. You think you must have passed the tip coming here. Unbelievable. But yeah, all this I found. And this was laying just all in here. You know, when it's lead in there, it looks like twigs. So you've physically got to go through everything and make sure you pick up all the tiny little bits of metalwork and wire, because you just can't get through it with a strimmer otherwise. I mean, look at this. You see the underneath that tree, obviously the plum. There's a pot. This is the old shed floor that I've got to get up. So it's a mission. It's a mission. I mean, it's soul destroying. But in another way, like I was just saying to our neighbour over there, it's going to be good, because it's going to show a before and after, hopefully. So it can show you what can be done. But you know, there's no way if this site had been given across to someone else who's just got a few hours of an evening, you know, or maybe they can only come up over the weekend, they would never have done it. They'd never have cleared it, and the council would have charged £60 a year for this site, and you wouldn't have even been grown on half of it, because, like I say, all this was unusable, and you'd have just had your little plots here. So, oh well, I'm going to switch off now, because obviously it's getting a little bit too windy, and we're going to crack on with that fence. So I'll see you in a minute. Oh, that's lovely. Well, Kim's doing what she does best, gassing away. That's all she's been doing for the last hour or so. The wind's really picked up now. It's a shame it's not Hurricane Irma strength, because if it was, it might blow all that rubbish onto someone else's allotment, and that'd be quids in. But that, don't know where that come from, mate. But I'm not going to spend much longer. I've managed to get the fence out now. So I'm going to have my brew, sit here for 10 minutes, and then after that I'll take you down there and show you what I've done. And then we'll call it a day, because it's soul destroying. I come up here with every best intention. It's like I said when I got home last night. We finished early, I was glad it rained. But I got home last night, I was just not in the mood for it. And then we sat and watched some lots of other channels last night. You know, and sort of got me back in the mood. And I even said to Kim later in the evening, I said, should we get back up there? But yeah, it's like I say, watching other people's videos sort of gets you back in the mood, which we did this morning, which has driven us back up here, knowing it was going to rain. But we thought, well, we can at least get a couple of hours in. But yeah, it's like I say, I've linked a lot of channels I watch on the on my homepage. They'll be on the right hand side, featured videos. So get yourself across there if you've not really subscribed, and watch some of them. Yeah, because there's some really good tips. Whereas not so much tips from me. Sort of don't do it this way, or take on allotments that are a complete mess. Don't do it. So I'll see you after I've had my brew. So as you can see, I've taken out them last two metal reinforcing rebar things, which are there and there. Not quite as far down, but that'll be easy to brush cut out now, up to the plum tree. But the old strimmer is out of fuel, so I'll give it a rest. As you can see, this plum tree again rotten, so we can pull him out, and then we just got bits of metal to try and get out. Another one here, this one here, and then we'll come right the way through with the brush cutter, get it right underneath the soil, get it up, and then oh look, potatoes. That's because Ike was I've caught him. He was digging out his potatoes yesterday, and when we cleared this bush we found loads of weeds and lots of potatoes. So I think old Ike was just throwing them down here. Now we've caught him. We've caught him. Bless him. I won't say anything though. If you're watching this video though, Ike, now you know I've caught you. Yeah, and obviously this great big thing here. I don't know, whether we can angle grinder up and angle grind them out, or at least try and dig them out. I know they go a long way down. I've got a few out, and we're talking they go down a long way. As you can see in this one here, here's one that I managed to pull out. So you can see how far he's gone in. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So that's from Monday onwards. Sort of clear back all the brambles, go through all that lot again, get it into the compost. Well, it's not going to be compost, it's some rubbish tip at the minute. I have to deal with that compost later on. It just gets it out of the way. There's no way I can burn it, even with the wood. I know we're allowed to burn after 6 o'clock, but I had that going the other day and it created so much smoke you couldn't see. So I'm just going to have to spend the week just running the car, so we can get the car right up to here, as you can see, as I've shown you in previous videos. But if you're new and you're just watching, and get them right up to here, so I'll pull right up. I might even dig all that back and make a little driving bay, make a little parking slot, get disabled bay put in for Kim, and then yeah, then we can just in the back of the car, and then we're off. Well, we can just drive out that way. There's a gate down the end there. We can go that way, or reverse and go out. I'll probably reverse up actually. That'd be easier. So reverse up, all in the back of the car, out through the gate, and onto the main road. Straight down the main road. Take a right, cross the junction, and it's the tip. It's about 2 miles away, if that. You know. So it's going to take many trips. Obviously the old shed, which was completely rotten, that had no roof, I'll just have to break up into smaller pieces. This, I don't know, I may have to get an angle grinder up here with a generator and cut that into smaller pieces, and the same with the rebar. You know, and you think, how did they get it up in the first place? Why? I'm not a sweary man, but you know. Yeah, it's a mission. It is a mission, but it should look good. Speaking to Ike yesterday, because he's been up here a very long time, and he remembers the one of the original owners of this patch, and he said at one stage this wasn't the number one plot on this allotment. And as I've said in a previous video, I can believe that. The way it had a lovely fence all the way around, you could see all the plots. You know, so it probably was, because he said people used to come up, stand and look at it, go wow and all. So I said to him, well, we'll make it back to number one, shall we? That bit of mission, because some of them up here are gorgeous. Yeah, it should. But as you can see now, I'm waiting for the council to come up and find me. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Yeah. But no, yeah, it's just the more you get into it, the more mess you make, and it doesn't look like you're making any headway. And it's not until you look at previous videos and have a look what's happened that you realise we've done quite a bit. Right, so back to the shed. Let's see Kim, and then we'll wash up, brush up, go home. All right, Kim?
Yeah, have you done enough?
I've done enough. I'm demoralised.
You're demoralised. What does that mean?
I've got to go home and watch some other people's videos to get inspiration.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to all my new subscribers, thanks for subscribing. I hope you enjoy it. It's slightly odd gardening videos, I know. Obviously the ones that I watch are all you get a lot of information from, and I don't think we've given out any information yet, which is nice, isn't it? We do
what
enjoy
information?
Information.
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 What information?
We don't give it out.
To know?
Well, they won't get any off us.
No.
No. Just not how tos. Like.
About growing.
Yeah, like if you're picking chive, you cut it. You don't pull up the whole plant.
Yeah.
You
No.
And when you're trimming tomato plants, you don't cut them at the base, do you, darling?
No.
No.
When you think courgette plant's dead,
well, you
don't
pull it
out
up
of the ground.
No. Well, it wasn't dead either, was it?
No.
No. We could go on. The list is endless.
Do you know what? In that pouring rain yesterday, you should have seen it yesterday. The pouring rain. I went scrumping.
I just went scrumping, and I was in the shed with the door shut, and it was lashing down, and I'm thinking, where is she?
I didn't even know it was not. I didn't even know it wasn't raining.
So I'm peering out
It was
the
raining.
little crack of the door, and I think I've got to go and rescue her. So I grabs her coat, and I runs all the way up the top, gives her coat, runs all the way back, and that time the door of the shed's been left open. It's like Texas, we were completely flooded. Things that no, it wasn't. I mean, this floor was absolutely soaking wet. I've come running down the side and almost fell over. I've come into the shed. I'm stood here and I'm waiting another 3 minutes, thinking, where is she? And then she comes around the corner and she's all covered in mud and she's absolutely soaking. She fell over. And I couldn't hear her through the wind and the rain.
I was going, help!
Crying for help. So, as you see, it's just started to rain now. So, on that note, we're going to pack up and we're going home. And
Go and see the doggies.
going to see the doggies, yeah. Going to see the doggies. And then I'll get this video on. So, you'll see me in a minute. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Give us a thumbs up if you want more. And we'll
See you later.
see you in the week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.